Hello, dear students. This is Ranjana Gupta, and I welcome you to this video lecture of English literature where I will discuss about the poem Keeping Quiet by Pablo Neruda. Keeping Quiet is a poem wonderfully composed by Pablo Neruda. Pablo Neruda wrote in a variety of styles, including surrealist poems, historical epics, overtly political manifestos, a prose autobiography, and passionate love poems such as Once and his collection 20 Love Poems and A Song of Despair. Neruda won the Nobel Prize for Literature in 1971. Now we will discuss about an overview of the chapter. This poem advocates the importance of silence and self introspection. It can transform not only the life of an individual but also the face of the earth. The poet says that it does not need much time to look within and examine oneself. It will take only as long as it will take to count to 12. During this time of introspection or self examination, one should keep quiet and say nothing at all. It will give him a strange feeling of togetherness with all others. Although it may seem a little strange in the beginning, it will eventually bring us all together. This silence will be free from the disturbing sounds of engines and people rushing to get work done for some time. He feels contented, imagining the change that will be brought about in those moments. The pain, the men who hurt their hands while collecting salt will get a little rest. Even the people who seek fresh wars, usually using fatal gas and weapons, will put on clean clothes and get a chance to walk among their brothers. Now we will discuss the summary of this poem or the analysis. In the poem Keeping Quiet, Pablo Neruda talks about the need of introspection or self examination and to create a feeling of mutual understanding, love, and respect in the human world. He speaks about the life where human beings are engrossed in their selfish motives and are living a life full of strife and destruction. The poet asks everyone in the world to keep still for 12 seconds to create togetherness. He wants all the people on the earth not to talk in any language, but to maintain a silence to communicate with each other's heart. He believes that this sudden moment of silence will be an exotic moment. There will be no a noise and no movement. The fishermen in the sea will stop killing the whales, and men who gather salt will stop their work and look at their hurt hands. This kind of break will enable both nature and man to embalm their wounds. Due to this break, human beings will start looking and caring for themselves rather than their work. Moreover, those who are fighting with each other will stop and walk about with their fellow brother or brethren. Pablo Neruda clarifies that he does not want to advocate total inactivity or death. He is concerned that we all are running blindly in a rat race, and in this process we have completely missed our true goal to keep a balance between man and nature. There is great sadness in human beings, for they do not understand themselves. A huge silence will break this sadness. We should learn more from nature. When everything comes alive in nature after a period of seeming death, it is equivalent to this silence. After this death, there comes a life. This is a dangerous situation and can bring catastrophic results. So, our survival in this world depends upon our ability to understand and rectify this. This can be done only when we introspect and develop a feeling of understanding with each other. The poet clarifies that his wish should not be considered as a case for total inactivity. He only wants to interrupt the sad, cruel, and baleful activities of the world for a few moments and make the people introspect their action. The poet uses the image of the earth to show how life exists in seemingly dormant things. In winter, the earth becomes so still and silent that it seems to be dead, but later in spring, it seems to be lively again. It has new beauties and colors added to it. Similarly, after a little quietness and silence, man can resume his activities in a fresh and a better manner. Now we will discuss about the main points here. The poem talks about the necessity of quiet introspection or self examination. It will help people to understand themselves and will create the feeling of mutual love and relationship. By quiet introspection, that the poet doesn't mean total inactivity. Instead, he wants full involvement with life. The reason for the discard and war is the imbalance between man and nature. Quiet introspection will establish a spiritual and physical union that is most desirable for the survival of the earth and of human beings. Now we will discuss the theme. There is only one theme in this chapter, that is, Keeping Quiet is a simple poem about the need for a little bit of soul searching which may help us to make peace with ourselves and others. It tells us how a moment of silent introspection will make us realize the utter futility of our aggressive endeavors. Thank you.